From Capitol Hill to the global stage, public confidence in political leadership hinges on clarity, consistency, and accountability. In recent days, former President Donald Trump has delivered a series of remarks that demand closer scrutiny. This report examines the factual record behind his statements, contrasts them with official sources, and assesses their broader implications. During a recent press event, Mr. Trump asserted that he had engaged in multiple productive conversations with China's President Xi Jinping regarding tariff discussions. Yet within hours, China's embassy in Washington publicly refuted these claims, stating unequivocally, "Stop making up fake conversations. We're not having any communications about tariffs." This direct contradiction raises questions about the accuracy of Mr. Trump's public narrative and underscores the necessity of verifying diplomatic claims with primary sources. While aboard Air Force One en route to Rome for the funeral of Pope Francis, Mr. Trump fielded repeated inquiries from reporters. When asked specifically whether he had spoken to President Xi since taking office, he demurred, "Go away, Why? I don't want to discuss that. I'm not discussing that." Yet in the same breath, he claimed to be speaking to a lot of people from China, and people from all over the world on the tariffs, predicting a very good deals that would enrich the country and prevent America from being ripped off as have been for the last literally 50 years. These inconsistent responses reveal a disconnect between Mr. Trump's public assurances and the documented record, or lack thereof, of bilateral negotiations. A reporter then shifted focus to national security, asking any update on Secretary Hegseth and your confidence in him. The reference appeared to target the Defense Secretary's unauthorized use of encrypted communications platforms such as Signal, allegedly exposing classified war plans. Mr. Trump's brusque reply, Hey, don't view Signal as important. I think it's fake news. Drew criticism, especially given that Iranian-backed Houthi forces have successfully downed at least 7 US drones over Yemen, according to military sources. Later in the same exchange, a journalist pursued specifics. What would you consider a substantial concession from China? Mr. Trump responded, I want them to free it up. Open up China. Let us go in and work to sell our products. Sell our products. He evoked a near agreement from a prior administration. We almost got it, and then they backed out, but failed to articulate a concrete framework. Meanwhile, Chinese officials have pivoted their outreach toward Europe, Canada, Australia, Africa, South America, and Mexico, positioning China as a stable alternative in global markets. Internationally, the gravity of unfolding events can test even seasoned office holders. When informed mid-press conference of a car bomb in Moscow that killed a Russian general, Mr. Trump appeared genuinely surprised. Well, you're just telling me that for the first time. Where did that take place?
Why did that take place? I'm not sure,
he said. Such a reaction suggests either a lapse in daily intelligence briefings or a prioritization of domestic matters over emerging foreign crises. Shifting from geopolitics to personal matters, another reporter asked whether Mr. Trump planned to take his wife, Melania, to dinner for her birthday or had secured a gift. He replied with the same tariff-centric rhetoric. I haven't had much time to buy presents. It's working out, things are working out very well, and people are starting to understand how good tariffs are for us. Polls released in the past week paint a complex picture of public sentiment. A New York Times Siena College survey placed Mr. Trump's approval at 42%, with 54% disapproval. Reuters Ipsos and Fox polls reported similar figures, while Pew Research found 40% approval against 57% disapproval. On specific issues, Mr. Trump scored as follows. Immigration at 4, federal management at 8, economy at 12, trade with other countries at 11, foreign conflicts at 14, and the Russia-Ukraine war at 21. These numbers underscore vulnerabilities among independent voters, just 27% of whom currently express support. In an interview with Time magazine, Mr. Trump was reminded of his pledge to end the Ukraine war on a day one. He defended himself. I said that figuratively, as an exaggeration to make a point. The interviews were punctuated by audio clips in which he claimed he could broker peace in under 24 hours, citing personal rapport with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Experts note that such a timeline vastly underestimates the complexity of modern conflict resolution, which involves multiple stakeholders and decades of geopolitical entanglements. Economists and logistics analysts have sounded alarms over a pronounced decline in freight volumes between China and the US. The Wall Street Journal reports that cargo shipments had a slide toward a standstill as major retailers and manufacturers face unprecedented cancellations. Carl Container of the Journal warns of a summer of scarcity, pointing to shipping, trucking, and port data that now fall below COVID-19 lows. Consumer shortages of everyday goods could reappear within weeks if alternative supply chains are not rapidly established. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump has publicly criticized NFL owners, questioning their intelligence, and lauded Deion Sanders' son, Shador, urging teams to draft him based on a phenomenal genes. Such commentary has drawn criticism for diverting attention from substantive policy debates towards sports speculation and unverified conspiracy narratives. In immigration enforcement, a federal judge issued a rare rebuke on Friday, expressing a strong suspicion that the government unlawfully deported a 2-year-old US citizen to Honduras without meaningful process, despite her father's legal fight to keep her stateside. The child and her mother were removed on a Friday, prompting inquiries into procedural safeguards and the rights of minors. On the judicial front, U.S. Marshals confronted Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan over an in-court arrest. The defendants attempted to detain Eduardo Ruiz inside her courtroom. Judge Dugan insisted that federal agents coordinate with court services and relocate any arrest outside the courtroom. When they persisted, she was charged with obstruction, a move legal experts deem unprecedented in its intrusion on state judicial proceedings. Finally, the Supreme Court's 9-0 decision to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia contrasts sharply with Mr. Trump's characterization of his legal team's briefing. After the ruling, he stated, "That's not what my people told me. My lawyers never said that to me," rejecting their account of what they had communicated. Such dissonance raises questions about the internal coherence of his legal counsel. Taken together, these episodes illustrate a pattern of inconsistency between public statements and verifiable facts, whether in diplomacy, national security, or judicial affairs. They underscore the critical need for rigorous fact-checking, transparent communication channels, and an informed electorate. As investigations continue, the imperative remains clear. Leaders must be held to the highest standards of accuracy and accountability. I'm Ben Mealy's from the Midas Touch Network, bringing you an evidence-based analysis of contemporary political developments. Thank you for watching.